Hi everyone, this is Richard Arreola here with Cal State Fullerton. And today we're going to talk about the blue belt. Now with the blue belt, it's cool to have a blue belt. This is probably a chapter in Jiu-Jitsu where you just got your blue belt and now you're getting welcomed into the world of that is the blue belt. Now for the blue belt, this is the stage where this is the belt where you start to figure out what kind of grappler you're going to be. It's also one of those belts where it comes with a lot of responsibility and opportunities. There is going to be frustrations along this belt. It's inevitable. It's also should be one of the longest belts that you're going to hold during this jiu-jitsu journey. Some people stay a blue belt for a really long time, and a lot of times that drives people to either quit or the pressure of training or perfect the skill to become a purple. That alone in itself drives a lot of people to quit. So this blue belt stage it's a very challenging belt, but it's also very rewarding as well. So one thing I want to address is when it comes to the blue belt, you're pretty much expected to know certain types of technique already. Not everything. I mean, if you're drilling a move that's A through D and you know A, B, and C, you're pretty much in good shape. So you're supposed to at least have a good understanding of some of the technique that you're training. Also too, it's an opportunity because you are an upper belt. You have to help others, help the white belts, because when the white belts come in, they are kind of looking at you as the primary. They kind of look up to you, or should I say they do look up to you, because you're considered the upper belt, where when they look at a brown or a purple, they figure it's a little too far. So they look at the next thing as an example of a leadership, which is a blue belt. So it's also a position of kind of a small leadership role. Now, during this stage right here, one of the frustrations and the challenges you're going to be faced with is understanding the technique. Because some of the technique your coaches shows you, you're not going to always get it, and you're going to struggle trying to figure it out, and you're going to take a lot of, beatings in practice, and that's just inevitable. That comes with the territory. You're going to get tapped a lot. But at the same time, you're also going to be able to dish it back to the upper belts. You may even submit a few upper belts. You might even, submit a higher ranking belt like a purple or a brown. If that happens, great. But the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to use that you don't want to use that as a false sense of security, meaning stay humble. If you happen to submit an upper belt, don't let it go to your head, because just like how you can submit an upper belt, guess what? A white belt can submit you. It happens. So, and at the same time, when that happens, then that completely demolishes your confidence and you feel like you're letting your school down and things like that. So it's a kind of a double-edged sword. So just remember, during this belt, it's very important you stay humble. All right. Also, another part of this journey, this blue belt, is it's kind of one of those stages where you're developing your game, you're perfecting your game, you're starting to figure out who you're going to be as a grappler. And the best recommendation I can give to you, since you're going to be sitting at this belt for a while, is to learn to play the guard, develop a guard, learn to sit on your butt. If you're a wrestler, play the guard. If you're not used to sitting on your butt, just play guard and just figure it out. Accept that you're going to get smashed, you're going to get your guard passed, you're going to get in a lot of bad positions, and just work through it. Just trust it. Just learn to play off your back and just work through those difficulties. You will get through it. You will build confidence. You will get better. So just my advice to you is to stay on your butt and just learn to play the guard position, okay? Also, too, it's very important that you not let the daily grind or the beatings or getting tapped or submitted all the time, let it destroy or demolish your confidence. Because you know what? It comes with it. This is a frustration belt. It's going to happen. So if you're getting your guard passed all the time, or if you're getting smashed, or if you're getting beaten every day, even if it's by a lower belt or the upper belts, it's okay. It's part of being a blue belt. Also too, this is the time where you really want to try some new styles, meaning if you're never really good at takedowns, work your takedowns, drill your takedowns. If you were never really good at spider guard or playing guard or pulling guard or de la hiva, learn to play spider de la hiva. If you were never really good at securing mount positions, then work those positions. This is where you turn those areas that you need to improve on into strengths. So really take advantage of it and be a good student. So don't space out during class. Really, really pay attention, because you only get one blue belt chapter, and once it goes by, then you get into purple and you're like, oh goodness, I should have drilled this as a blue belt. So remember that. Also too, this is where the belt level where it's kind of hit or miss here. This is 50-50. Either you keep the ego or you lose the ego. I would lose the ego. This is where you want to lose your ego. You want to submit and just completely let it go and remove it from your training. If you remove the ego from your training, you're going to pay attention. You're going to be a better student. You're going to accept, humility a lot better when you're being tapped. You're going to be able to move forward with your training and not kind of stew on bad days during practices or just trying to compare yourself to others. And that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to compare yourself to others, your teammates and things like that, because there's certain things that maybe some of your teammates do better than you, and just like there's something that you do better than your teammate. So that's okay. Just don't compare yourself to others, because remember, this is not a comparison contest. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. This is your journey. It should mean a lot more to you than just trying to be better than somebody else. You should focus on just trying to develop your game, better yourself, and just really enjoy the stage, enjoy the belt level, enjoy the blue belt. This is a really, really good stage for you, and you'll find out who you really are. You'll find out that you'll find out some new things about yourself. You'll discover a lot more about yourself, I think, and I think you're gonna really enjoy it. Also too, I think one of the responsibilities I feel during this stage is to make sure that you be a positive example to the white belts. Meaning, if the white belts are maybe not doing things a certain way, or maybe need help with something, step in, be a leader, educate them, talk to them. And if you don't feel confident, instructing some of the white belts, then go get the answers and go ask an upper belt, so that way they can give you the right moves, techniques, and things to do, so you can show them the proper way. So really take it upon yourself to be a leader during this belt, and always be positive, all right? Because there's a difference between being, putting somebody down and really providing good quality instruction out of the goodness of your heart. Also too, look at it as an opportunity just to better yourself in every single way. This is the belt where you're probably going to sit at for a really long time. So please take advantage of this belt, this stage, and really, really, really focus on bettering your technique, and focus on drills, focus on developing a passion for drilling, develop a passion on trying to better your positions, and just focus on just trying to become a really good student. You don't want to get caught up in this sense where okay, I'm a blue belt, I should be trying to tap everybody, I should be hyper competitive. Unless you're a competitor, that's different, but if you're someone who's just simply trying to be a good practitioner and you want to learn, then I recommend that you just focus on being a good student. Just pay attention to what the professor's teaching you, really try and embrace the techniques, ask lots of questions, drill, and just really, really accept the frustrations and the challenges that come with this belt. Accept the fact that this is the belt where you're probably going to take a lot of beatings, and you're probably going to have a lot of challenges, and you're probably going to get frustrated a lot. If you can accept that and you'll push through the frustration, you're going to be just fine. Okay? So hopefully this video helps. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. This is Coach Richard Arreola with Cal State Fullerton, and have a good day. Keep training.